Good morning to you this morning. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye. It's a pleasure to come to you this Friday morning. It's Finance Friday once again, and I am excited as always. This is where I talk about all things personal finance and enterprise, and I do it with gusto and joy because guess what? That is how I feel. This Friday morning, we've been talking about purpose and impact through the month of August. Today, we're going to take that a step further. I want to just point out something to you, and that is a fact that is happening to you right now, whether you realize it or not. That fact I want to point out to you is that your money is funding a future, whether you like it or not. You're earning income right now, and that income is funding a future. The question to you is it the one you want, or is it the one that you are going to get? We continue the conversation that we started last week, that we started 2 weeks ago. And as we progress, I would just like to point out a few things. But before we dive into the meat of today's matter, I'd like to remind anybody of modest income who has personal tax returns on file that my friends at the Financial Empowerment Initiative Network are more than excited to help you get those tax returns filed so that you can access the benefits that are due to you from the government of Canada. So if for any reason your family income is $50,000 or less, and you have not filed your tax returns for 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, you get the point. And you need help with that because you do not know what to do. Send an email to my friends at taxes@thefei.ca. That's taxes@thefei.ca. And somebody will respond to you with an appointment where we can have this need met and addressed. Yesterday was Founders Lounge by Startup Court. That was beautiful. Watching so many founders come together and show us what they are doing with artificial intelligence. It was such an experience. There are so many people who came to Founders Lounge for the first time yesterday, and they came and they saw things from a different perspective. But I was very, very, very excited. I'm sorry for everyone who came ready to share and didn't have the opportunity because we were so short on time, but we plan to build this into our ongoing events on a go-forward basis. So you will hear from us. Definitely, you will hear from us shortly, very soon. Now, if you're running a business and you would like to integrate AI into your operations, then our AI-enabled growth program is for you. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There will be more information coming out on the digital community shortly, and then we'll be getting going with that program. Back to your money. Back to your money. So I want to ask a question. If I looked at 12 months of your bank statements and I took out the names of the vendors, and I just said, okay, this transaction either funds your life, funds something that you are building, funds your impact, or it funds your protection, where exactly do you think most of your money is going, right? Because one thing that I struggled with, and it took me time personally to realize, is that when you earn today, you should be aware that your earnings today will fund your lifestyle tomorrow at some point. And that's because you are not going to be able to earn at this level, or at least society does not expect you to be physically working to earn all the days of your life. That's why there's something called retirement, and you are expected to have a plan for retirement. So as you spend your money, right, there's at least my own personal experience, is the observable gap. I earn income, I want something, I have to live within my means, right? So I say, oh, I want financial independence. I want to retire comfortably. I want to help my children. I want to build something. I want to give. I want to make impact in the community. Fantastic. It's great to have all these intentions, but what exactly is the story that my daily spending is telling? Because that's where the evidence is. It's one thing for me to want, it's another thing for me to actually take action and do something about it. Now, there are so many stories, particularly in Calgary, being the nature of the city. Lots of opportunity, business in enterprise, the oil patch back in the day, capacity to just earn, and you earn a lot, and then suddenly the capacity to earn disappears, and it's like, oh, I thought it was going to be like this forever. But we all know that it is not going to, you're not going to earn at that level forever unless you put a plan in place. So, personally, I want you to ask yourself, as your income increased, what did you do? Did you find a new expense to eat up that increase? Or did you allocate that increase to build something that takes care of you in later years? That's the key question that we are trying to address today. Money has 4 jobs, like I pointed out earlier. Supposed to fund your living, supposed to protect you, supposed to fund something that you are building. That thing that you are building that will provide for you when you can't provide for yourself anymore. And then it's also supposed to help you to make impact. Now, if I asked you, which of these 4 are you weakest at? Is it living? Is it impact? Is it building? Or is it protection? If we looked at your bank statement, actually, I'll say after this, pick up your bank statement, mentally delete all the names of the vendors, and just categorize the transactions based on that. Is this money going to living? Is this money going to impact? Is this money going to protection? Or is this money going to building? Because that is what determines the kind of future that you will have. So taking it a step further, there's nothing wrong with enjoying your life, There's nothing wrong with a good meal. There's nothing wrong with beautiful clothes or a nice car or a new house in a fancy neighborhood. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. All of those are desirable, and all of those are things that we want to see, experience, and enjoy. However, how much future is today costing you? How much building is living costing you? How much impact is building costing you? How much protection is living costing you? I'm not expecting you to divvy up your earnings into 4 pieces, 4 equal parts, and funnel them accordingly. But the intentionality of your lifestyle, right, is a key component to you achieving whatever future you say you desire. So, if, as of today, if your earnings or your lifestyle rather is eating so much of your earnings that you have to earn at this level or more to sustain your life down the road, then it's time. Then it's time to think about it. Yeah, it's time to think about it. It's time to make a decision and revisit whatever is driving that lifestyle. Tomorrow's income is not guaranteed. tomorrow's lifestyle, tomorrow's living is almost certain as long as we are here. So what we want to do is we want to build something. We want to create something. Whether that's a portfolio of assets, whether that's a business, whether that's a real estate, whatever it is, whether it's a retirement fund, we want to build something that ensures that from today's earnings, some of tomorrow's living is provided for. That is the heart of this episode. And that's what I'm trying to draw our attention to. That was the reason why we spent all of July talking about investing. Not because investing is a very, very complex and interesting subject. But the reason why we all need to invest at some level is because tomorrow's earnings are not certain. And as long as we are here today, there's a possibility that we will be here tomorrow. So if we are here tomorrow and there is no earnings, then life tomorrow will be miserable. That's not what we want, right? That's not what we want. So as much as possible, we want today to serve tomorrow. We want the living today to be sufficient for today. At the same time, create enough space for the building of today to cater for tomorrow's living, for the protection of today to take care of tomorrow, and for there to be opportunity for us to make an impact tomorrow as well. Life happens automatically. I can tell you, if you do not plan for it, life is just going to happen. The bills will come, mortgage, utilities, school fees, is guaranteed to come. But building requires intention. It requires attention. It requires dedication. It requires commitment. It requires discipline, right? That is what building requires. So I'm asking us, living, building, protection, impact, they're all part of everyday life. It takes intentionality. It takes being intentional, being deliberate for us to participate in all four and create that life that we would enjoy, that we would love down the road. So, I know I've mentioned this earlier before, but I want you to do something with this episode. I want you to do something with this conversation that we are having here. And what I would like you to do is just pick up your bank statements, 3 months, maybe 6, and just review them. And just say, hey, what future am I creating based on all of this evidence? Because your intentions really don't matter. However much you may desire, however much you may want, they are irrelevant. The evidence is on what has occurred, and your bank statements tell me what has occurred. So just take a look at those bank statements and make a decision for yourself. Decide that, hey, if you like what you're seeing, and what you're seeing is the future that you desire, then please step on it in that direction, 100%. But if at any point you feel like, okay, you know what, I need to be a bit more deliberate, I need to be a bit more intentional, I need to ensure that my money story aligns with my desires and the future that I want, then this is the time and this is the opportunity. So for every transaction you're asking, did this help me build? Did this protect me? Did this help me live? Or is this creating an opportunity for me to make an impact? 1 month's financial information may not be enough for us to run a proper diagnosis. But take some time, look at it, answer those questions, and then make a decision. I'm always excited to have these conversations. Knowing your situation is one thing, but deliberate action, that makes the difference. So that's my call to you today. That's my call to you today. Take deliberate action in the direction of the future that you want for yourself. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye. It's always a pleasure to come to you to talk all things personal finance and enterprise. And I am glad I got to do this one today. With that, it's bye for now.